Hey guys, welcome
back to
our
channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So I know I haven't posted a video in a long time. I mean, ever since I did our little intro. The reason for that is because I thought it was going to be easier to vlog, but to be honest, it's really hard. So today's video will be about
Mommy takes.
Okay, so by doing this video, I'm not saying that I'm perfect, that I'm an expert, or that I know more than you guys know. That's not true, because besides being a mommy, I'm also human and I make mistakes. These mommy tips that I'm about to give out are just, things that I've experienced, how I look at things, and even, tips that I've learned from other mommies. So if you want to find out my mommy tips, just keep watching this video. So I have 5 tips in total, and they're very important. And like I said, they're just out of my experience and how I look at things. Tip number 1, making time. This tip is very important, and that's the reason I listed it as number 1. So let's hear that again. Time is gold. So every second counts, especially when you have little ones, because you have to be fast at doing everything in order to do everything in time. So that's why it's very important to have time. And I know there's just not enough hours in the day to get things done. So the key here is how to make time. In order to have more hours in the day, obviously we can't make more hours, but we can make time to have more time. So by that I mean that the key is to wake up early. And by early, I don't mean 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. No, I mean like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning. At the latest, 7. So you can go ahead and get a jump start and start doing things like advancing in your chores, cooking breakfast, drinking coffee, or getting laundry ahead of time. Anything that keeps you busy throughout the day while your kids sleep. I'm gonna go ahead and break this into small sections so I can make it more clear and easier. Having time for your kids, which is very important and should be your first priority. And I mean having time with them as in having time to play with them, discipline them, teach them, keep them well fed and dressed and clean. If you make time for your kids, you can make time for your home, as in chores, errands, paying bills, making important phone calls and whatnot. Once you get a jump start in your chores or in anything that you want to do before your kids wake up, you'll have time for all the obligations and responsibilities that you have at home. And lastly, having time for yourself, which is very important, because we can't forget that we also need time for us. So like I said, waking up early. So what I've been doing these last couple of days is I've been waking up like around 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and getting at least 30 minutes of a workout, drinking coffee, just relaxing, and also editing and writing a chapter every day on my novel, because I just don't have time during the day, because I need time to do chores and be with my kids. So that morning time before my kids wake up, I try to have just me time. And that way I can be more patient throughout the day, because I feel more relaxed. And also, if you don't want to look rough, every day, I know we don't have time throughout the day to, wear a little bit of makeup, or, have our hair done, or, put something cute on. So you can also do that. And I think making yourself look good physically will make you feel good and just feel more motivated. So that concludes my tip number 1, which is making time. And like I said, it's gonna make you feel more motivated and energetic. So that leads to my tip number 2. Okay, so now Dahlia woke up from her afternoon nap, and Amir is taking his nap now. Sometimes they take naps at the same time, or sometimes, you know, she takes it first and then him. It just all depends on what time they wake up and how they feel throughout the day. Okay, so now it's Dahlia's turn for attention. I said tip number 2 is finding motivation. So my motivation for the moment are my munchkins. So every morning you wake up, try to find something that keeps you motivated. And it doesn't matter if it's the same thing every day, you know. So obviously, me as a mommy, my motivation are my kids. And something that I absolutely love doing and I want to accomplish in life is becoming a writer. So for the moment, you know, right now, some of you know that I'm writing a novel and I want to get it done by the end of the year. Crossing fingers, and I know I can do it. I just know it's hard, but you know, kind of going back to tip number 1 was making time. So I'm trying to keep that a habit, waking up early every morning to edit/write a chapter every morning. So you know, that's what keeps me motivated, and my kids as well. So you know, just every morning you wake up, just try to find something that keeps you motivated, and you will keep going. And you know, just you know, it's gonna help you just have energy and keep going every day. Tip number 3. This tip is basically having a routine/schedule and being very organized. And by this I mean, when you wake up, kind of have like a plan of what you're gonna do all day, so you won't be like all mixed up. So you know, just like when you wake up, just say, well, I'm gonna, you know, work out at this time, or I'm gonna catch up on some chores. And when my kids wake up, you know, breakfast is gonna be ready. After that, you know, I might bathe them and change them, or you know, play with them, or continue to clean the house. Or, you know, I have a doctor's appointment, and then, you know, I'm going to take them, then I'm going to come back and cook dinner. So once you have your day, like in a daily schedule or daily routine, or, you know, kind of planned out, it makes things easier. But try to at least from Monday to Friday, you know, kind of do the same thing by routine, so they can get used to that. Because sometimes if you do things differently every single day, then they don't know what to expect, and you know, it can go kind of crazy. And so they can know what to expect. That leads to my other tip, which is having expectations. Tip number 4. So by having expectations, you let your kids know who's in charge, you know, who's the adult, and who's gonna lay out the rules. In public, or if you go visit someone else, you know, have expectations for them. Let them know that you expect good behavior out of them, or if they don't behave, then there'll be consequences. So I think expectations are very important, and once you have them and your kids learn to have good expectations, then you know, you'll kind of see a difference in their behavior. And don't get me wrong, you know, my kids is, you know, Amir, he still, you know, has tantrums. He cries for no reason. And I know it can be kind of hard at times, especially when they're at the age like 2, or, you know, 2.5 or 3. You know, I know my munchkin's about to be 3, and whew, there are moments where I just kind of lose my patience, but that's normal. You know, it happens to everybody. And leading to patience, that leads to my other mommy tip. Last but not least, tip number 5. My 5th tip, which is my last one, is having lots and lots of patience. And like my tip number 1, I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that in slow motion, because it's also very, very important.
Having lots and lots of patience.
I feel like I should be more patient. I mean, I don't lose my patience right away, but I do need to work on that. Because once you lose your patience, then you kind of lose a lot of things. So you have to kind of get on their level when they're misbehaving. You kind of have to think like like their age and see, you know, what's making them upset, why are they crying, and what can I do, you know, instead of screaming or putting him in timeout or spanking him, what are other solutions that I can come up with, so, you know, he or she can calm down. Some of my advice, you know, that I've even tried on myself is counting to 10 and, you know, letting them know, like, I'm gonna give you till 10 for you to calm down. Or sometimes it is better for you to ignore them, and, you know, especially if they're having a tantrum for no reason or for the smallest, dumbest little thing, you know, sometimes it is good just to ignore them, just to let them know that, you know, you're not going to deal with that, and, you know, so they can scream all they want, they're not going to get the attention, because sometimes that's all they want, that they just want attention, and sometimes we just kind of have to let it go. And sometimes what I do tend to do is, no matter how bad I just want to, like, pull my hair out or just scream or spank him, sometimes, you know, like I said, I count to 10 and, you know, I get on my knees and I talk to him, I give him a hug, and I ask him, you know, what's wrong, you know, what's making you angry, or what made you upset, you know, tell me, let me know. And when you've tried everything and it just doesn't work, then sometimes you just have to do the spanking. Okay guys, so that concludes my video for today. I hope I didn't do too much talking and bore y'all, but like I said, it's just small tips that I give to mommies, and I also need to work on you know, being a better person, and, you know, like I said, I make mistakes as well. This was just to, you know, give out some advice. And I'm gonna go ahead and close up this video with my munchkins. So like always, don't forget to
like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.